right, what's up, everybody? Just want to thank y'all for downloading the podcast, the first episode of Pellet podcast. This is Jay Terry, a.k.a. Da Vinci. I'm here with my brother. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Danny Terry, a.k.a. Akimbo Merc. You can find me on the PlayStation 3, not PlayStation 4 yet, but I'm getting there.
We trying to convert them, ladies and gentlemen. We trying to get them to make that upgrade. I know Xbox, they was got them bundle packs with Walmart and Amazon and Best Buy. You can get the Titanfall with the system for $450. I saw that on the internet a couple days ago. I couldn't believe that they dropped that price on that, but you know, we'll get into that a little bit later. Man, what's in your system, man? Let everybody know what's going on, man. What are you playing? What's got you going right now?
Right now, what's in my system is Skyrim, and I honestly got to admit, I sat back for a minute and told myself, I love this game. I love everything about it. I love that you can, create your character. I always love games that allow you to create your own character. You're not stuck with this static character that that looks like Tom Cruise, like you get in all the video games. The superhero brunette dude who's got a little 5 o'clock shadow. No, you can create your own character. And that allows you to really get into your character and make it feel like that's you.
Right.
So
I got one question. One.
Yeah.
Did you create you a Batman or a Ninja Turtle, or is that just on the PC?
I think that's on the PC. That's the first I've heard of a Batman or a Ninja Turtle. I have seen people on the computer modding it where they have lightsabers, and I thought that was cool. Cool as all get out, man.
Ain't no game with a creative character gonna hit that heart and soul like a game that'll allow you to have a lightsaber. I saw it on the new Dead Rising on the Xbox One, and I went crazy, man. I went crazy, but that wasn't enough to make me spend that $500. So.
You know what was great about the mod I saw on the PC with the lightsaber was that with Skyrim being this huge world with so many dungeons to explore, and so much loot to grab, being able to do it with a lightsaber, it just makes you feel that much more of a badass, and I dig that, man. But I'm really loving Skyrim. It's been out for a long time. I probably bought the game a year ago, but I'm just starting to get back into it, playing some other stuff. So that's what's in my system right now. My son loves it. He'll sit next to me and, he'll play with me and, he'll watch videos and on YouTube about it. So what's in your system?
Man, you know me. I'm real big on like Redbox. I do the family video because, I may not have that pure $60 just ready to spend and burn off and get the new, but I'll rent something real quick, and that'll let me know if that's gonna stay on my radar and if it's worth spending the extra money. And the most recent thing that I've been playing was the Metal Gear, which I got a preview for that later on. That way I can let everybody know what I think about it. Been playing the Metal Gear, played the South Park, Darksiders 2. The Transformers game. I keep a steady rotation, and I try to keep it fresh for me. I get ADD with the games, man. I can only play for like an hour or so. But yeah, Strider, dog. Tell me you play Strider.
I haven't. I've seen the. I know I'm guilty. I'm guilty, man. I like those games.
The Metroidvania. They call them the Metroidvania genre, where you get this giant map. You can get to that room, but you can't open that door yet. You got to go back, get this power up. When you get that power up, then you opened up 5 more areas where you're like, oh, well, I got to stop here first before you go back, and you all over the map, but it feel good because you're like, man, I could just keep digging and digging and digging, and I'm finding all these powers and these these new weapons, and it keeps you engaged. The gameplay is fluid, the graphics are nice, and it's as fast as you can hit that button. Strider is swinging that sword, and it's like a laser sword. So it's hot. It's hot. I read the reviews. The only thing I'm kind of up in arms about is with the Strider. is I got it on the PS4 because I feel like I got this box. I got to get something. I got to play something. I bought it.
Okay.
I downloaded the demo. I said, all right, I paid the $15 because, you know, PS Plus, they've been giving you all these decent indie games anyway. So I'm like, it ain't going to hurt to spend $15.
Okay, so Strider's considered an indie game that you could download only for $15.
Yep.
Okay, now this is a throwback to Nintendo, right? That's where it originally came out on?
And Sega Genesis, but it was also in the arcades.
Who's the creator of the game?
Oh, you have to look that up. Offhand, I can't remember who made Strider.
Well, I'm just curious if it was an indie developer or if it was a Sega game or created by Nintendo. Because Nintendo, you know, they don't let nobody else play with their life.
It was just on Nintendo. It was a third-party publisher. It was on Nintendo, but it was on Sega Genesis. It was like two different Striders. It was two different Striders, but I know they also mentioned that it was in the arcade too. And
so what's Strider about? Refresh my memory.
All right, so it's you gonna make me look crazy. The story isn't deep because I haven't got that far in the story. I played about an hour of it. You glide, you start the level out gliding on this like hang glider type of gimmick, and you land on the level and you just go. There's nothing saying, okay, well, you know, you got this. You trying to find this girl. You trying to take out this bad guy. It puts you right in the mix.
Hacking and slashing.
Hack and slash. And now it is you landing on this city, and then this city is kind of run down, and you got this guy, and he's basically brainwashing everybody. And as you play along through the game, you get to like the second level, and you know you're in this section of the city where you can hear the pretty much who is like the mayor of this town, and he's sending out all these kind of subliminal messages, kind of brainwashing people. You know, make sure you in by curfew. Like the people have a curfew, and as you progress through the level, they start to realize that you, Strider, are in this zone where you're not supposed to be. So now he's telling everybody, if you see this guy, report him. You're not supposed to be here. You know, let everybody know, and it just goes from there. And all the guys, go ahead.
Well, it sounds. Well, I was going to ask you, what's the time frame for this game? Is it?
It's futuristic.
Okay, that's what I'm going to ask you. Is it on the planet? Earth, or is it like just like a dystopia and some fake world?
It is, and it's you have to play it because I'm lost for words on it right now.
I'm gonna download the demo.
Download the demo, play it. But it's almost like you on like the top of the city, but you'll still go into the sub levels. But when you look at the map, it's just got that Metroid feel. You can pull a whole map out. You can see where you zigzag, and you got the different colored doors letting you know what type of weapon you need and all that stuff, and where you can and can't access.
Is it top down? Is it scrolling?
It's side scroller, 2D with the 3D graphics.
That's a throwback.
And they do it. Throwback. They do it good, man.
Well, this is the initial show. This is the first show, so we don't have a guest host today, but we hope to have guest hosts for you in the future. And one of the things we want to do is get to know who that person is. As an indie gamer, who are you? What's your gaming career? When did you start gaming? Where did your gamer tag come from? I think to me that's one of the most unique things about gaming is that you get to create this persona of yourself. And I'm always curious as to where that persona comes from. Where did this name come from? And what does that mean to you? So when you're gaming, do you become that persona, that person? Does your personality change? I'm gonna tell you, for myself, Grand Theft Auto, I'm running with two characters right now. I got a female character and I got a male character. And my friends in my clan, they'll tell you when the girl is on, she's bogus. And by bogus, I mean she'll steal your car, she'll stab you, she'll shoot you. She's real rough. She's tatted up. She's girly, but she's tatted up. She's tough because she's hanging out with these dudes in this criminal world. So
she got dog eat dog rules.
Yeah. So gosh, let me give you some of my gaming cred. The first game that I can remember playing, and I'm approaching 40. Is my first game was Pong. And
everybody know Pong, and
all right,
it take me back. It take me back to the old house in the
right.
easy. If y'all near Chicagoland, near the south suburbs, it's Ford Heights now, but it used to be East Chicago Heights.
Right.
And it was real, and I miss it. I remember my first game was we had the Atari sitting on the dining room table with the little 13-inch TV.
Yeah,
what was the tank game? What was the tank game that we used to play?
That's Combat.
Oh my gosh. That was crazy. And then you had the football game with like 6 or 7 football players on each side of the field. These little dots going after each other.
You remember I used to call players on that football game?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah. So you would kind of, so you had the joystick and the one button. So you would go through each character, and you would go left, hit the button or right, to hit the button or up or down, and that would tell the direction that you wanted that particular player to go, man. So, but let me tell you about Pong, because I'm a little bit older, so I know where the Pong system came from. Pops brought it home from a fire.
Wow.
Simple. I don't even know what the system was. Brought the system into the house.
Was it Coleco or was it Atari?
I'm gonna get to Coleco, but it wasn't Atari.
Okay.
It was before Atari.
And television.
See, it wasn't even that. I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't television, and it wasn't Coleco, and I'm gonna tell you why. I know why. So Pong was the first game. Pops brought it home. That's all we had. You had the boop, beep, boop, beep, right? With the little paddles. But Mr. and Mrs. Hall and them had it in television.
Okay.
And I know they had it in television because we used to go over there and we used to play Pitfall. We used to play the race game, the horse game they had. They had the Red Baron game.
I thought that was the Sega Master. The original. The original.
What was?
It was the horse racing game where you could bet on the horses, right?
Yes.
I thought that was Sega Master. You saying that's in television?
That was in television, my man.
I love that game.
We used to go in the basement and just veg out on it.
Oh man.
Yeah. But that's why I was introduced to Pitfall, and I remember the one, I want to say it was called Red Baron, but they had an airplane game too that we used to play. So, but fast forward, the Atari came out. We got it for Christmas, like you said. We set it up on the dining room table with a little 13-inch color TV. Played the Atari. We played the Pac-Man. We had Grand Prix, and we had Combat. Combat came with it free. So
and Combat was the tank game.
Yes. And so our older brother Patrick, he used to race on level 5 for Grand Prix, and that was his level. You know what I'm saying? He had beat it. My level was level 2. That was one of them games where you remember where the cars were coming out. You had to remember how to turn and stuff like that. So, but fast forward, Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. We never had a Sega in our house.
No.
Growing up. No Sega. No Sega.
We use Nintendo all day.
All day. So yeah, I played all the classic games, like most of the indie gamers out there, man, that are my age, moving forward. But my first real gamer tag was when I started playing SOCOM 2. And his name was I want to say PlayStation 2. I'm almost sure it was a PlayStation 2 that SOCOM was on. It was the first time you could really get on the internet and play with other people, so that was pretty hot.
It had to be PS2.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was PS2. And so yeah, Colt 4/5 was my name, and you ran with your clan, and that was a real social game. You did more socializing than you did, out there just shooting and blasting like you do with Call of Duty today. And I think that's when the gaming community for consoles was really starting to build and grow. So you got to give big props up to SOCOM for what they did for the Call of Duties, the Battlefields,
I mean, that was the first game that made you feel like you could run with your boys and y'all just like Navy SEAL tactical team.
Right. Yeah. The tactical stuff you can do in that game was amazing. So, But my gamer tag again, like I announced at the beginning of the show, my gamer tag is a Kimbo Merc. A Kimbo Merc is a play on the name Kimbo Slice, and with a mixture of Akimbos. Those were the double guns you can use in Call of Duty.
Wow.
And so
okay, so I never knew that. I got the whole Kimbo, like I was like, got to be, you know what I'm saying, Kimbo Slice.
Right.
Then I got the whole Merc, as in, could it be mercenary, or was he just that guy? I'm gonna just Merc you. I'm a Kimbo Slice. Like I never really thought to ask you, like, okay, where was a Kimbo Merc from? Where was that born out? What was that born out of? You know what I'm saying? So makes sense now.
It was born from Modern Warfare when they first introduced the Kimbo guns. I used the automatic handguns, and I would chew people up with them. Would chew people up, man. And so
if none of y'all ever play my brother online, he that man. So he's like, all right, so I got my other brother Eric. We gonna get down. Where's Merc at? Oh, we waiting on, like, we need, where the leader of the pack? All right, you go hit this corner. I'm gonna go hit that corner. Before you even get to the corner to go get the other guy, he done already took him out. Like, he don't leave no breathing room. My brother is a first person beast. So, you know, I'll run with you any day, man.
Yeah, big shots to Call of Duty, man. That game, you know, we know what it's done for the gaming industry, but that's where it came from. So, what about you? Tell me about your gaming cred. You know, what was the first game that was like, man, I'm a gamer. I'm just not casual. I'm a gamer. This is what I want to do. You know, this is going to be my name. This is my persona. Tell me about that.
Well, little background, and go get no age. Little background. This will help you out, though. The first system that I remembered that was for me, that I got in my house, that, you know, we all shared it, yeah, but that was my Christmas gift, was the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes, sir, yes.
Do you remember what was the game that I got with the Nintendo? I didn't even get to play it.
It wasn't Super Mario Brothers?
It was not. I mean, it came with the system, but the first game in the box that didn't come with the system, Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
You know why I didn't get to play it?
Because we was playing it.
I opened that case. It was in the Legos box case. I opened it. I
remember this. Yes.
The very second I opened it, my brother grabbed the game, ran to the room. He was gone for like an hour. Did a whole season.
Your older brother, not me. The other brother.
You. The other one, the one the name whose name we don't speak of. He took he's gone. He's gone. So I'm like, man, I didn't even get to play the game. That was the first system. And this is how much of a beast I learned that system. So one of your boys was trying to enter in a contest, and he was practicing playing the Mario. How many points can you get in X amount of minutes? How many points? Yeah. I mean, he was hitting it hard too, because he had the arcade, the Nintendo arcade stick. You know what I'm saying? The big controller with the joystick on the top.
The Super NES, yes, yeah.
Hitting it hard. I was like, man, I game. This is what I do. We went up to, what was it, Montgomery Wards at the time. They had the competition because now you got E3 and all this other stuff, but it was Nintendo's own video game convention that they used to hold at the time. So when I went, played the Mario, y'all was leaning over the little counter trying to tell me, jump here, run there, get that, hit the tunnel, go there. Man, my points, I got so many points. I won tickets to the show, and I won me a free Game Boy.
Oh, the Game Boy, when you brought the Game Boy into the house.
The grayscale Game Boy. That's how I got my Game Boy. I'm like, I'm a Nintendo fan for life. I'm done. It's a wrap. Yeah. I love Nintendo. Nintendo is where it's at. What is Sega? What is that? What is Atari? Right. No. Nintendo. I'm a Nintendo fan, tried and true.
And I give you credit, man. You were very dedicated to Nintendo as well. That was your bread and butter. You know, you were very loyal. There wasn't no Sega in our house, man. Sega just seemed like the oddball system. Yep. And even when the cats at school would be trying to brag about how good Sega was.
Oh, man, you got to play Sonic. You got to play Joe Montana. The Joe Montana football was hot. But 1994.
But it wasn't Tecmo Bowl. It wasn't Super Tecmo Bowl.
No, it wasn't. And all the Joe Montana stuff killed and died out in 1994 when we rented Madden Football for the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
We went up to the video store. Who was that who used to work at the video store and she'll hold the games for us? She always looked out for us.
Was it Kathy?
No. I remember, was it Tyrone's mom? Was it Ty's mom?
Might have been his mom.
Used to hold the games. We went, saw the game was there. They was like, come back tomorrow. You get it longer. You get more time to play it. We went back in the morning, got the game. We hooked it up to Mom's big old stereo that she had. Because this was one of the first games on Super Nintendo where they used to promote Dolby Digital. So we thought we was doing it. Hooked it up to the big speakers, man. We played us like 3 hot games in a row. Madden NFL 94 football on the Super Nintendo.
All right, so before we get to your gamer tag and you know the origin of that, tell me, what was the first game that you beat where you felt this great sense of accomplishment? And I'm gonna tell you mine.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And
which one though?
The first.
Was it the 4-player one or the one for the
single player first one with the Mecha Turtle? We didn't own it, and I'm gonna tell you that beating that game has so much sentimental value, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me why.
All right, for one, it was rare to find a copy of that game that you could play, and it was the Ninja Turtles. That off top set the game off. Then one Christmas, the second version came out. I convinced Pops. I said, let me get this for Christmas. Got that for Christmas. It's going to break your heart. Got the game for Christmas. Opened it up. Opened all my gifts up. Got that game, ran downstairs, played it. Boom, 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 boom. Like a couple hours later, went back upstairs. Mom was like, oh, yeah, I got you this for Christmas. It was the first Ninja Turtles. I was like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, she tried, though. She tried. I was like, oh. Right. But when I beat that game like months later, man. It had to be half a year later, sitting in the living room.
Wait. Let me pause you here. Hold on, because I want to make sure I got this right. There was the scrolling Nintendo, the side-scrolling game where the characters were real small. And then there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they were bigger, and it was based on the arcade version. But you could only play with 2 turtles at a time. Is that the one you're talking about?
That's the second Ninja Turtles game on the NES.
Okay.
The first one was where you start out top down. You got to hop in the sewer. It jump off from there. You got to say April. Yep. That's the one with the Mecha Turtle on it. And the Ninja Scrolls. You shoot the scrolls, and it'll take out anything across the ground.
That game was so hard. I remember getting stuck in that one sewer level where it was so hard you got to the point where I don't know if we couldn't make a jump or something. We just turned it off. I'm like, I'm done.
Let me blow your mind. I'm going to blow your mind. I saw a 15-minute speed run on that game.
What?
15-minute speed run. Remember when I sent you the speed run for Super Metroid? I was watching speed runs all day. 15-minute speed run, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the very first one made by Ultra, which was Konami.
Right.
But, yep. So, yeah, you suck. That's why. But when I beat it, I had that pride. I was like, man, I beat Ninja Turtles. Can't nobody beat Ninja Turtles. Beat it. Beat Shredder and his, the fake Shredders all around him with Donatello because he was the strongest on the game. Man, it killed me. That was right there. That was a game where I'm like, I'm a gamer. This is what I do. Gaming is my hobby. And it is what it is. I'm a beast. I beat the first Ninja Turtles. And I don't know nobody else that could say that. Nobody.
My first game was Akari Warriors.
Loved it.
Akari Warriors. It was 2 players.
Yep.
Kind of top down.
Yep. It was the top down version of Contra.
Yes. And I beat it with my best friend Tyrone. We sat there, we ran it, got to the end, you beat it, and the game kind of freaked out a little bit, but then it kept playing again.
Was it like a Play Plus?
I don't know what it was back then.
Game
I don't
Plus,
know
like now you got. Nowadays, they specifically show it on the screen. Okay, you beat the game, come back, you keep your weapons. It's harder, though. Was that the same way?
It was.
Okay.
No. You beat it. You got to the last level. You beat it. big explosions and all of that, but then you just kept going after that. You know what I'm saying? But you knew you had beat the game.
It was like an auto repeat. You knew this was the end. All right.
Yep.
Gamer tag.
Tell me.
I got.
Tell me about your game.
I done had about three gamer tags, and this is a shout out to PlayStation. I'm asking y'all, I'm begging y'all, please let us change our gamer tags on the system, because I have a gamer tag. It's not my gamer tag, it's my username, and it drives me crazy. So I'm not even gonna say what that one is yet until they let me change it. But if you can find me on there, yeah, I'll accept you as a friend, because the friends list is 1,000 people now. But on the Xbox, my gamer tag right now is DaVinch, DAVENCH. And for those who ain't never met me, don't know about me, I'm a music producer. When you hear all the music during the podcast, that's all the music made by me. That was my stage/artist name. And I just felt like I'm a creator. I was an inventor. That's just simply put, I was Da Vinci. Right. I didn't want to be Da Vinci. I didn't want to be Leonardo da Vinci. It was Da Vinci. It's spelled a little different. That's what I got now. On Steam, it's Da Vinci. On the Twitch network, it's Da Vinci. So, I mean, that's what I got now on the Xbox. For a while, I was rolling with Terry Tonka, because I had
I like that name.
Yeah, I had Da Vinci first, lost that profile because I think the email address was wrong. They would never let me bring it back. Then the Xbox brought back the return to your old profile program, where if it was over like so many years, they re-released that name. As soon as they did it, boom, I jumped on it. I'm Da Vinci again, Terry Tonka. No more getting rolled over. I used to roll over fools. That's what the name stood for. Now it's back to Da Vinci, because I just want everybody to be able to keep up with me, know who I am. Keep it simple. It's also my name on Twitter, DaVinci Tunami, TUNENAMI. Check me out.
You can also find me on Twitter. This is Danny Terry Jr. My Twitter handle is Muse Hunter. Muse Hunter. MUSE Hunter. The reason I picked Muse Hunter is because I'm also creative. I write mostly science fiction, but I write in any genre. I'm in the middle of editing my first science fiction / religious book. It's probably a bad way of putting it, but Muse Hunter, feel free to add me. I'm on Twitter every day, and once the Facebook page is up, you can also add me there. Tell me, when you play online and you sign in and Terry Tonka or Da Vinci pops up, does something click inside of you that you become a different person?
I'm that dude. I tell you all the time, I'm a gamer. It's so many definitions to that term, but to me, when I talk to somebody and I say, man, you game, you a gamer? To me, I don't believe in I play Call of Duty. I don't believe in that. I don't, because that's just your one niche. I think gaming goes beyond that, man. For me, it's not, but my grandma, she play Candy Crush and Farmville on her phone and Facebook. Nah. Trust me, your grandma's not a gamer.
Players, man. They got to play in the gaming world too, man.
Hey, they not a gamer. They don't go spend $400 or $500 when the new system come out. They not a gamer. And even it's the same for PC. I think PC, they have a lot of the third-party games, but PC in their own right, I think it's even different. I can't walk up to somebody and say, "Are you a gamer?" and they say yes, and the conversation is not about dedicated hardware hooked up to your TV in your house.
I disagree 1,000%.
That's just my definition of gaming. That's my definition of a gamer. I'm a gamer. I play everything possible that comes out.
No, hold on. You just can't diss PC gamers, man.
No. It's not a diss to PC gamers.
I diss the PC gamers.
No, I said if I walk up to somebody and I say, "Are you a gamer?" 9 times out of 10, that if they say yes, it's not PC. That's all. Most people will say. Most people will tell you.
Throwback gamers, man. They've been gaming a long time. I was a PC gamer. I can't sit here and say that PC gamers aren't gamers. They are a different, unique brand of gamers, because I think anytime you have to sit down and use a keyboard, to play a game. That to me is very hard, and I give mad shout outs to people that can do it.
Yeah.
To y'all that's using the controller with your PC.
They use mice.
That's cheating. Huh?
They cheaters too because they use mice.
They use what?
Mice, like a mouse. I call it, plural form.
That's
mice.
A controller.
No, you can't click on a point on the screen and have headshots 100% of the time. That's cheating. That don't take no skill. That takes no skill. I don't care who you talk to. Play on a controller where you got to fine tune your aim, not where you just click a little mouse and you getting headshots 100% of the time. I don't believe it. I don't.
I think next week we need to revisit this topic because that's interesting. Because the other thing that PC gamers have that most console games don't have is they can modify their games.
I love that.
And
I like that.
And there's a lot of cheating, but there's also a lot of advantages or enhancements that they bring to a game that I'm jealous of. Yeah. Like we were talking about the lightsaber with Skyrim.
That's hot.
I think that's excellent.
Yeah.
But I do not disrespect PC gamers. In fact, you got to give PC gamers credit because console games are trying to reach the processing power and the graphic power that PC gamers have had for years and have appreciated for years that we're just starting to really get a taste of with the Xbox One and with the PlayStation 4. So, mad shout out to the PC gamers. I love you.
I love PC gamers. I one of the
point clickers. That's what we call them. Point clickers. I love you.
one of the podcasts that I listen to because I'm a fan of everything. One of the podcasts I listen to, Gamer Tag Radio. Shout out. His name's Paris, and he pumps PC to the death of him, to the end. So he pumped it so much, I almost bit into the PC fever and bought me a rig. I was gonna get me a rig because I knew Titanfall was coming. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, man, BioShock Infinite looked way better on the PC. Tomb Raider looks way better on the PC. And I got so close, dog. I got so close, and I'm like, next gen coming out just in time. So I held out. Steam was looking good too. Steam was really trying to push me to that point of like, yo, we got the big picture mode, hook it up to your TV, this your rig, play your games. You getting all the indie games. You getting all the top level third party games, but then I'm like, I like them first party games. I can't play Infamous on the PC. I can't play Uncharted on the PC. I can't play the new Halo on the PC. So it was a couple things like that just kind of held me back a little bit. Is Saints Row on PC?
Part 3 wasn't. Okay. I don't think Part 3 was. So I don't know if the last one wasn't. But you bring a good point up about indie games, and we're gonna get onto the game announcements and the rumors and news. But Titanfall's out. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at a lot of reviews. I haven't looked at a lot of gameplays on YouTube. I'm avoiding the game.
That's my topic of the week. So kind of.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
I got that on the topic of the week. So.
I'm avoiding the game because if everything they say about this game in passing is true, I'm upset that it is only going to be on Xbox One. That's why.
You know the story, right?
Well, it to me, it almost sounds like Xbox once again, or Microsoft once again went out and said, make this exclusive. We're going to give you X amount of money to do it because we need to pump our system. Now, I could be wrong. But tell me the story.
That is. But the very, very backbone to that was the developers said that they had no plans to put this game on Xbox. It was supposed to be PC exclusive.
What?
PC exclusive. And from my understanding, Microsoft they demoed the game out. Microsoft caught wind of the game because it would have been what did they call it? Games for Windows or something like that. Microsoft caught wind. Microsoft, they got the deep pockets, pulled the dough out, fanned it at EA and Respawn and said, hey, we over here. Can you just make that for us? We ain't got Halo. We ain't got Gears this year. Can you bring that over? We need that monster. That's a monster. The game is a monster.
And that's what I'm avoiding. Because it's a monster. I know my son will love it. I know I will love it. And I for the love of me, I will never go out and buy an Xbox product. Well, I haven't bought an Xbox product other than the game. But I'm a PlayStation. If he's Nintendo, I'm a PlayStation person. You know what I'm saying? I probably got their name tattooed like a tramp stamp on my back. You know what I'm saying? I love Sony. I've always loved Sony's product. If you look at my stereo system, it's Sony. Yep. You know, I dig Sony. So, and I'm gonna stay loyal to PlayStation 4. Sony, but
I was an Xbox fan until I heard $500.
Money make you switch quick, boy.
that $100, I'm like, nope. It upset me so bad. I bought the PlayStation, bought the extra controller, and I bought the PS Plus, which equaled up to $100. That's how upset I was for Microsoft to take advantage. And
you're willing to spend your money.
Yeah. Right. And Phil Spencer from Xbox was saying, he was like, we shouldn't have shied away from everything that we did with Xbox. You know, to me, that saying something like that blatantly means, okay, well, the guy who used to be here, Don Matrick, ain't here no more. And in my opinion, we goofed up. We didn't introduce the system outright. We slowly making up for it. We listening to the fans, which I agree. They making strides. And I like it, and it's drawing my attention. Especially that $450 deal that Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy all have going on right now, where you can get the system with Titanfall for $450. I think that's amazing.
Hey, let's take a break. Come back and let's talk about that. Let's talk about Xbox actually slashing their prices and creating these bundles to push their system out. And let's talk about the reason why when we get back.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back, y'all.
Welcome back to the Power of Pellet podcast. I'm your host, Akimbo Merck, and this is DaVinci, also known as Jay. Jay, before we took the break, we were talking about Xbox One and Titanfall and how they're now bundling the two together, in my opinion, to catch up with PlayStation 4, because they are lagging behind poorly in sales. But I'm going to let you go ahead and touch on that a little bit more.
All right, so Titanfall currently right now $450. I think it's interesting though how they doing it, because I haven't seen any advertisements for GameStop doing it. The sale that Amazon has, you have to put in a specific password at the end. You got to put the promo code at the end to get the price. So it's not quote unquote advertised, but it's out there. But you talking about your top 3 retailers outside of Toys R Us or something like that, where this game exists, or the system exists for $450. So you getting the deal. And actually, if you know, I seen some people kind of say, well, technically the system is $390 because they giving you Titanfall for free. That's a $60 value. No. It's $450. Is it enough? If I wasn't doing certain other things with my money, it would be enough to persuade me. Here's how much it would persuade me, though. All right. So if GameStop had the same deal, I almost feel like I'm obligated to trade in my Xbox 360, my PS3 with the older games, go get the newer system. It's that close to convincing me, like, yo, this ain't half bad. $450 is not half bad. I'm not gonna use the Connect, but it still ain't half bad.
I touch on the Connect in my rant. You mentioned Best Buy, and you mentioned Toys R Us, but you know where I saw the deal? Where? I saw it at Walmart.
Yep.
Now,
Walmart
Here's
was
the
the
thing
last
about
one to do
Walmart.
it. I think Walmart were the last people to do it.
Well, here's what I love about Walmart, because for all you people who talk about Walmart and people that go to Walmart, I'm one of them. Walmart got the best prices. And here's what in Walmart, tomorrow, Walmart will pull out their red marker and they will get the cutting prices. You're going to find a dude in a blue smock bouncing around the aisles, slashing prices with a little yellow smiley face. And I would not be surprised if Walmart be the first person to pop up with this system. It'll be like 4:30 or something like that, because that's just what Walmart does.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Did you see the picture? Did you see the picture? The dude was like, oh, this Walmart in Alabama, they must not be caught up on the times because they clearanced off a PlayStation iToy for $40, original price $60. When you see in Canada, they increasing the price of the PlayStation iToy because people are actually buying the PlayStation iToy for the PS4. People want it because Twitch and broadcasting on Ustream. Like I gotta have this camera. I need to be heard. And I think it was smart for PlayStation in the end to not include it, into the PS4 to keep that price where it's at.
Well, it was smart for two reasons. The first reason was we all know what Microsoft was doing with the NSA, so I'm not going to get into that. The second part...
hey, they listening right now, right?
Hey, what's up? Big shout out. The second reason was I have the iToy for my PlayStation 3 and I don't use it.
Nope, I don't.
I bought it. I don't use it. Never had a game that I could use it for. I thought it was just something cool to have. At one point,
I bought House of Dead. I bought Time Crisis. Bought the guns. I had the motion controller. I had both ends. I had everything, but
none of it worked right.
The allure, the draw, it wasn't there. Right. It didn't catch me. I wasn't like, yo, this is what I'm doing every weekend. It didn't. None of it. I was like, sell it.
What's out there now? What's out there now that you're going to say, let me run out. I got to have this iToy. I know what's out there. Me and a buddy of mine were on Grand Theft Auto last night playing that. And he was telling me how it's crazy. You got people online broadcasting themselves, walking around butt naked, smoking the wacky tobacco. They get banned.
They do
all that crazy stuff.
If they're broadcasting on Ustream, they're not being banned. But if they're broadcasting on Twitch, they shut it down.
That ain't got nothing to do with gaming. I'm just sorry.
It doesn't. But that's why Twitch, who's all about gaming, they shut it down. If they call anybody doing that, they put the kibosh on it right away. They threw them the ban label. They not on there doing it.
Well, see, but here was my one of my concerns about these new systems, because especially Xbox, they tried to make this system more than a gaming system. They tried to make it your end-all system for your home.
It's your media hub for your house.
Right. And to me, the first thing my system has to do well is play video games.
Play them games,
all that other stuff to me is secondary. Yep. It's raising the price of the system.
Yep.
Give me a system with 2 controllers and a memory card, and I'm great.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm turning my Kinect sensor backwards anyway, as soon as I get me an Xbox One. So, for something like that, I can't tell you, though, one thing I do like about the quote-unquote media hub of your home, I went over to my buddy's house. He got the Xbox One. He got his Comcast, ran through the Xbox One. It automatically up-converts your cable picture to 1080p. It's crispy. It's crispy.
Who doesn't have an HD TV in their house now?
But it's
Who
not.
It's not. Boxes in their house now.
What I'm saying is, I'm just saying the feature that it does that I like.
It's a bell and it's a whistle, man.
And I've heard it ring, and the wind is blowing in my ear.
And you've answered it, huh?
The picture is crispy. It looks a lot better. Regular TV through the Xbox, with a high def signal, 1080p or 1080i, 720p, looks better coming out of the Xbox at 1080p. I'm just throwing that little fact fiction.
But how much better do your graphics have to be other than looking out of your window? That's the most HD you're gonna ever get. How much better do you have to get?
4K is coming.
Man, we've had this argument before about how graphics, to me, I mean, I don't need everything looking too real, because at that point, I feel like you done crossed the line, and then we got Skynet.
It's
and
good.
Then the whole
It's good for TV. Is I think the clearer the picture, the better for regular television. I agree. Video games is not as important.
But don't overprice me for your product just to give me that extra bump in graphics that I really don't need.
Yep.
Or give me an iToy or a camera that I just don't need.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking forward to this Christmas, I'm looking for these systems to be pared down, like Xbox did with the 360, like Sony did with the PS3. I'm looking for these systems to be watered down, cut down on some of the memory, cut down on iToys, cut down on the system's power, because there are people out there who just want a system who wants to game. They're not trying to do all these extra things. They're not trying to answer the bells and the whistles like you did.
I don't think. Here's one thing against that where I don't see it happening. Titanfall, and that's the only reason I don't see. PlayStation doesn't have to do it at all because there's really nothing in there except for the box. But I don't see Xbox One getting rid of the Kinect. I see them throwing more things for free into the box to compensate. It's sad. You're like, you making me buy something I don't really need. I want this. I don't want that. You're not giving me that option. I don't see it happening, though. I see them sticking to their guns. They realize that they can move systems if the software is there. Titanfall proved it. If the software is there, they can move systems. I don't see them letting it go. Look how long, dude, look at Nintendo. They will not drop the price. They won't.
Well, they can't at this point because their systems haven't sold, so why take a further loss? Right now, they are doggy paddling for life over at Nintendo.
And system
generation behind.
System seller wise, yeah. Money wise, I heard they got so much money in the bank they can buy me and you and our family like
I don't care. No company wants to go to their investors and tell them we bleed money. And Nintendo was bleeding money.
Well, Nintendo had to tell the truth at the stockholders meeting, and it was ugly.
Sure.
Now here's the point with Nintendo where they goofed up, and Xbox for whatever dumb reason saw the light but still shut the window on it. Nintendo forced you to have this gamepad with a touch screen. You can only use one finger at a time. How do you have a touch screen in 2013, 2014 now, and you can only use one finger on it? You can't pinch and slide the screen. You can't zoom the map in and out. My phone does way more than the Nintendo Wii does right now. Nintendo goofed that up. They didn't see it. They thought they could do whatever they want because the Nintendo Wii with the remote, everybody's grandma and mama bought one. My mama got a Nintendo. That's when I was like, yo, they done jumped the shark. They jumped the shark. when they released when they released Metroid M on the Nintendo Wii, and it wasn't that game that should have just dominated and destroyed the world, it was over. And Xbox didn't see the light. They was like, yo, we could do this. People want the Kinect. Why? Because they were the highest peripheral items sold in that year when the Kinect initially came out. They sold so many that their head, it just swelled up and it was like a balloon. So you got any other points real quick?
It was amazing. When you compared the Kinect to what we was doing, it was head over heels. It was
the bowling.
A few years ahead in technology for me.
The bowling. And you know what everybody wanted when the Xbox One came out and the new Kinect came out, what everybody was calling for? Bowling.
Of course.
Bowling.
Yeah.
All right. We got to move on, man. We got to move on.
All right.
We got to move on. Like a week and a half ago, man. I'll come back to that. What you think about Batman?
Batman. Gosh, Batman.
Arkham Knight,
Batman,
baby. Arkham Knight, October 2014. Batmobile.
Wait. We can't even touch Arkham Knight. Let's take 2 games back before you go to Arkham Knight. What was it? Arkham City?
Yeah, you got Arkham. You had Asylum, City, Origins, and now you got Knight.
Asylum, City, or whatever it was. The one I played before this last one flopped. Which one was that?
No, it couldn't have been City. It's Origins. Origins was the last one that came out.
Okay, so before Origins.
City.
The one
Arkham
with
City.
the Joker. Huh?
Arkham City.
Okay. Batman, overall, Batman is excellent. He's an excellent crime stopper, best detective ever. He has a lot of toys, a lot of cars, a lot of airplanes. He has all the gadgets. He has the cool suits. He has great movies. I think gamers
be careful. Be careful.
Well, gamers should appreciate having a game that is not just some built-up game in 3 months just because the movie's coming out. No, we got much more than that. It was the best Batman games that came out since we were kids. I love Batman.
Ever made. Best Batman video game series ever made.
Yes, without question. They nailed it. They nailed it. I loved it, man. And then even some of the DLC I loved. I loved the battle rooms. They could do no wrong until you decide to make a prequel.
Origin.
Let me tell you something about prequels. You cannot make a game as great as Batman was and then say, we're going to go back. Don't nobody want to go back. I wish people would understand.
What that's about,
even
right?
Movies, huh?
You know what that's about, right?
To me, it sounds like it's about greed, but it's also a lack of creativity.
Everything, ladies and gentlemen, has a bottom line of dollars and cents.
But we're not dumb. You know, people who buy these games and play these games, they're not dumb. They know a money grab when we see one. This was clearly a money grab.
Did you play it?
Clearly a money grab, and it lacked so much. It was so uncreative in its attempt. You know, I'm stumbling for words here.
Did you like the where they added in the crime scene mode? Did you like that? Where you go, Batman's like you had like 7 crimes in the city, where you can go to the scene of the crime and you can rewind and see how everything kind of put itself together. It kind of does the crime scene in reverse.
Jay, at best, that's a DLC.
Wow.
I'm gonna be real.
Okay, I could buy that.
That's DLC.
I could buy that. I just thought I did all of those, and even with all of that, the game was around 10 hours. I think I got through it in about 10 hours. So
my God, rip off.
It wasn't. I think the scores that it got, it deserved. And it wasn't made by Rocksteady, who made the first, second one, and now they're making the Arkham Knight one. It wasn't made by that. It was a money grab by Warner's. Slap on the wrist to Warner Brothers with a product like that. Y'all know better. I don't think y'all should have did that.
Right.
So you know it is what it is. It wasn't a bad game. I had a good time with it. And not Rocksteady. They back with a bang. Unfortunately. No PS3, no Xbox 360. How'd that make you feel, man? He's scratching the neck. If y'all can't, because y'all can't hear him, but I can see him. He's scratching the neck on that one.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. You bite your own leg off. You shoot your own foot off. Whatever you want to call it. How is it that you're going to come out with Batman with the success that it's had? And not drop it on the new systems, especially when there is such a drought for games on this new system. You have the ability to come in with the bang, bigger than what Titanfall was, because Titanfall is only going to be on one system. I think you could come in with this Batman, and if you do it right, and I'm gonna tell you how they should have did it. They should have did it with Batman and Superman, because after that second Batman drop, everybody wanted a Superman made just like Batman.
There's some rumors on that. There's some rumors on that.
Okay.
There's some rumors on that.
That's what they should have did. And it should be on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. Why not? Why is it not on the system?
Two reasons why. Okay. First reason, I think, because they knew when they started this game, they were not releasing it on the last gen. If y'all don't know, we not next gen right now. We current gen. All of that next gen talk is over. We current gen. We're the now generation. So they knew for the last gen that they weren't going to do it. They knew they were releasing 2014. The new systems will be out for a year with a big seller buyer base, however you want to call it. They knew that. I think they knew that fact. And then the second one was in the Game Informer article, they mentioned that the Batmobile itself, which everybody was clamoring for, let us get a Batmobile. That Batmobile itself, they said, took up half the RAM that the Xbox 360 had available to run it.
Wow.
You have to take that. You have to take that step. You got to take that leap of faith. At some point, you got to cut the tail off. You got to kick the bird out the tree. You got to sink or swim. You got to fly. You got to go with it. And I think I appreciate that because they made the mistake with Thief. I think they made the mistake with Titanfall, where you got these hot games coming out and you steady holding on to the hand of the last gen. You got to let it go. You give me a reason to buy this game. Oh, because it's on that fancy new system and it ain't on nothing else and it look better than anything else that is out. My $60 is in. I'm in. I'm sold. I saw the trailer. Oh, and by the way, they said there's no more CGI cutscenes in the game. It's all in-game graphics. So now now for me, my next question is that announcement trailer, was that in-game graphics? Because that was amazing. The announcement trailer was amazing.
You know better. You know better than fall for these trailers and these graphics, dog.
Look at
that's on a PC or done in a movie studio somewhere.
Yeah, look at Infamous though.
I like it.
They said nothing else out there looks as good as Infamous Second Son right now.
And the game looks amazing, man.
So why not, if a game that's got 6-7 more months before they go gold, why could that game not look that good as the trailer?
Because at this point, the game is finished. They're alpha testing it, beta testing it, Charlie testing it, Delta testing it. They're doing whatever they need to do. That game is being set up right now by the marketing department. Is ready to drop. They're done with that development.
What that sounds like to me is, okay, I got my pizza done. Now I'm gonna throw it in the oven. And I can let it cook for however long I want. If I turn that temperature down, I can let it cook a little bit longer. It might taste a little bit juicier. So to me, I consider that shine up time. That's shine up time. Polish, shine, make it look good. Give me that frame rate. Give me all of that. So, that's what I'm looking for out of the game. I expect it to be everything that the video looked like, or a little bit close. Come close, and I'm good. So, what we got next, man?
Nintendo Go.
All right, so I'm a hip hop gamer. He on YouTube now. He been doing the videos for a while. Worked for Def Jam. Big video game guy. I like his perspective. I can appreciate his perspective. I may not always agree with it, but I can appreciate it. And I think he's a big standout for gamers like us, like me and you. So I'm just gonna stop right there.
What exactly is his perspective that you can appreciate?
Literally just his title. I think he stands up for people who, and I'm gonna just be clear and dry with it. I think for people who talk like him, for people who,
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ain't super prep. He's not. I don't work for this company, that company. I'm me. This is what I've been doing. I love hip hop music, and I want to incorporate that hip hop fandom into video games. And I think he brings that to the table. Because
I think it's a genre. I think it's a group of gamers that you don't see marketed to a lot, to be honest with you.
Unless it's Madden or NFL 2K.
Right. Or like the 2K13, the basketball. But I mean, and I can understand why, for those NBA reasons, 2K. Those games have hip hop music in it. They have a big, major sport following behind them. And, a lot of the people in the major sports are black. I don't consider hockey to be a major sport. No. Just kidding.
I said no. So. But no, I look, if y'all can see me right now, I'm talking mad BS. I got a Chicago Blackhawks hoodie on.
Right, you really do have a Blackhawks.
Hockey is cool. One day I'm gonna take myself to a hockey game just to say that I went, and it was good. But he put up he said he is hearing some clamoring that Nintendo, of course, if y'all don't realize, every time a company releases a new system, they instantly start concept on the next system or the next big idea that they want to do. And he's heard some clamoring that Nintendo was working on how he said it was Nintendo Go, which is basically like if you had a PS4, you can play your game at home and then you can take that game mobile in a mobile form, the same game in a mobile form on the road with you and play it in that manner. It's almost like they want to combine the major home console system with the handheld. And I when I heard that, My first initial reaction was it's gimmicky. It's very gimmicky.
Gasp.
Gimmick number 3.
Gasp.
I think we might have to
at this because so let's look at Nintendo and let's look at where they really made their money in the last few years. Okay,
we know.
You look at Pokemon for one. You look at the Game Boys.
Handheld.
They make their money in the handheld system. This to me is not a gimmick. If you're telling me right now that I could take my Skyrim with me on the road.
Where? Stop. Where? Where?
He said where?
Where?
I don't know.
You drive to work. You don't ride a train. You don't ride a train. Where? I thought about that. How many plane flights am I taking? None right now. None.
Give me a minute, and I'm gonna tell you what Nintendo's doing.
The clock is on. 1 minute.
Thank you. Nintendo audience for the longest of time have been children. These children have grown up and they have bought Game Boy 2, dual screen, triple screen, HD. They bought all the handheld games that Nintendo's make, and that's their audience today. Even with the Wii U when that came out, if the Nintendo Go is real, like Hip Hop Gamer said, the Wii U was its predecessor, where you could take your handheld game, into the other room and continue to play it because your mom wants the TV. Their target audience is under 18, and these kids under 18 are the ones that are always on the go. They're either, on the go to school, to a friend's house, to whatever. They're on the go. They're not driving. They have the opportunity and the time to play the handheld system. Don't move away from your audience. Don't move away from the people who have bought your product in the last 5 to 10 years. So I think it's a great move. I also think it's excellent that, in a sense, you're getting 2 for 1. You're getting a home system that is as powerful as let me finish.
This is another side that I wanted to ask you about.
Hold on. It's as powerful as a PS4 or Xbox One, and then it's handheld. And and if I don't have to buy two separate games, one for my handheld system and one for my home system, that's a win-win.
Here's where I think this succeeds, and then we got to move on because we're running a little long today, but that's okay. Here's why I think this succeeds. I come home, I turn my system on. The graphics are in between the Nintendo Wii U and the Xbox One. I won't even throw PS4 in the mix. In between those, really good. I'm good with that. Nintendo can do some magic with the graphics that they have now, their first party stuff, right? I take that same game. I don't know how they're gonna fit it. They got to do it like it's got to be cartridge based, or I don't know if they're going. I don't know how, if they do this, I don't know how they can do it because you need that storage space. And right now, if you do it on SD card / some type of can't even say it, but however they do it, is it going to be literally the same cartridge that you put in, quote unquote, the controller of the system, and you take that? Is it the Nintendo Wii U gamepad on the go? You know what I'm saying? Am I getting a second screen with it? I don't need a second screen. I don't want it. It doesn't have to be 3D. You see, they took the 3D out with the Nintendo 2DS. You saw that happen. You saw that
3D was a gimmick. Right.
Well, some people couldn't see it. And your main major fan base, you're telling them not to use it. Your 6-year-olds, don't use it. You 6.
Right.
You younger than 9, don't use this. Those are the people who say, Mom, I broke my DS. Okay, let me go spend $130. Here's your new DS in 8 months. Mom, I lost my DS. Let me go spend this $130. Here's your new DS.
Right.
I don't know. Last thought on it.
It's a rumor anyway, so let's give it time and let it percolate, see what happens, man. What we got coming up next? We touched on Titanfall. Did you want to, as a topic of the week, we had Titanfall. Did you want to touch on it some more? I know you played the beta.
I had one more mention real quick. And
okay.
I don't know if you wanted to talk about Walmart and the used games.
Yeah, we talked about this briefly. This is Walmart's second attempt at getting into the used game market. Is it going to be a success? Is it going to be a failure? Can they compete with GameStop?
What do they really have to do to make this work? You got Best Buy, you got GameStop. What does Walmart have to do to make it work? How's
It's
this
simple.
ugly pig gonna look compared to the other ugly pigs of the industry?
This is if I'm sitting at Walmart's throne right now, if I'm the CEO of Walmart in the gaming division, or entertainment division, this is what I tell them. I say, look, GameStop right now has over 4,500 stores internationally. Okay, and most of those, of course, are going to be in America. You're looking at, and Walmart, I'm sure, probably has that many stores, if not more. So Walmart has to say, you can't open up a kiosk like you did before. You can't have a counter with grandma there because she knows how to work the register and she can open up the glass cage there. No, that's disrespectful to gamers. If you want to get into the used game industry and you want to battle toe-to-toe with GameStop, not Best Buy. Best Buy to me, that's a whole nother.
Well,
they ain't even in it.
Best Buy doesn't do systems, so I think Best Buy and Walmart are quote unquote going to go head to head on this. Best Buy does 100% trade in on their games, which you get way more, but you can't trade in a system to get another system, and that's what Best Buy is lacking. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure you can't do systems, but and I think that's Best Buy's downfall. And plus, Best Buy, you have to sign up for their gamer program, which is good though. It's got some perks in it that I like. But I got to see what Walmart's gonna do, man. What are they gonna bring to the table?
Well, you asked me a question. What does Walmart have to do? Let me finish.
Yeah.
And here, let me tell you why I discount Best Buy's. I don't think Best Buy has a chance in this market as far as used games, and I'll tell you why. When it comes to competing with Walmart, Walmart has a market that just outweighs Best Buy. Nobody's going to Best Buy to buy food. Nobody's going to Best Buy to buy diapers. Nobody's going to Best Buy to buy clothes. And those parents that are going to these places are bringing their kids with them. And I can remember as a kid, the minute I hit Walmart, I was running to see what was on the TV.
Electronics. I do it now to this day. Hey, babe. Hey, I'm gonna be over on it's all on the against the wall. They got some 70, 60.
Right.
But you go just because it's bright. Everything is flickering over there. You got all these demo systems out, and I'm an electronics guy, so she knows. She be like, all right, I'll call you or text you when I'm done.
So imagine for me, a family of four that's on a budget. When you buy a game, you've set this money aside to buy this game, or you planned ahead because a game costing $60 is big money out of your pocket, right? Now you're telling me I can take this game to Walmart and trade it in and go and buy food, clothes, school supplies.
Have they said that yet, though? Are you getting a Walmart gift card, or are you...
Walmart gift card, I can get my oil change. These are things that you cannot do at Best Buy, and this is what I think, this is the major advantage Walmart has. Now, where Walmart is going to either sink or swim is that they need to look at their entertainment department or inside their store, and they need to say, we need to transform this area to a space that is respectable for people who love entertainment, especially gamers in particular. We don't want to go in there and talk to Susie Mae or Auntie Ann who don't know anything about gaming.
Let me tell you where they're going to put it. I know exactly where they're putting it. They're putting it in the layaway department.
Well, they need to have dedicated space for this if they're going to do it. And if they do that, they'll be successful. If they do that, I think they'll be in a couple years neck to neck with GameStop. Only because of their gift card goes a lot further than a Best Buy gift card or a GameStop gift card. And Walmart cares about one thing, making the sale. They will slash and slash and slash. They will make 10 cents on a product just to make 10 cents. And GameStop and Best Buy can't compete with that.
Okay.
So that's what I think about it.
All right, it is time for the topic of the... No, I'm just joking. We're going to move on to the topic of the week. Give us a couple seconds. We'll be right back. So welcome back, Power Pellet Podcast. Appreciate y'all sticking with us. This one a little long today, but it's also the first, true run of the podcast, episode 1. We considering this a beta. Man, I got Titanfall for my topic of the week. I ain't gonna spend too long on it. Like a preacher say, I'm gonna get y'all out of here on time.
We talking about 2 hours then, right?
All right, on just one real thing with Titanfall. Xbox Live basically kind of fell apart coincidentally on the same day as Titanfall came out. Now, is that because of Titanfall and everybody wanted to jump on the gun within that first 12 to 24 hours to get them a little taste? Or is it just a glitch in the system?
This is not new. And to hear you say that is frustrating. There is a history of these companies not being prepared for the first day release of their games and their network or lobbies or servers not being up and ready. I don't get it. It happened with Grand Theft Auto, and to me it just took all the wind out of that game, and it never got its win back. And it's scraping right now to survive. I don't get it. How do you not know that people are going to buy this game and be ready to play it day one? 12:01, you have people logging on to this game ready to go.
Especially it was a beta. You had your beta. These are Microsoft dedicated servers. On Twitter, they were saying it's not related. The 1 and 1 are not related. I'm trying to, for me, if I get this sudden increase of 500,000, people trying to sign on within this certain time frame, how is that not related? So you telling me if I would have waited a day, if you would have waited a day to release this game, there wouldn't have been any issues. Don't know if I buy it. I don't know, Microsoft, but I do got to give them credit. They was on Twitter. They was like, yo, we on top of it. We going to have it fixed. People were saying it was good by the end of the day. Haven't heard anything since. And
I appreciate a game. I appreciate Microsoft or Sony or Rockstar or DICE. Whenever you have a problem with your game, I don't care if it's related to the publisher, the developer, your servers. I don't care what that issue is. The best thing you can do is use one of these social media networks: Twitter, Twatter, Facebook, Footbook. Get on there, tell the people what's going on. Don't never tell them you don't know, because that frustrates a gamer more than anything. Because to us, you guys are geniuses. You are the cream of the crop. You are gods in our world. So you cannot be a god and tell me you don't know what's going on with your game that you have had years to develop. So I give credit to any developer. I mean, any system that's going to come on there and say, look, we know we're having problems. We apologize. We're working on it. And then give me updates. Every 3 hours, every 4 hours. Don't leave me out there hanging. Because if you don't say something, your gamers will. And I'm going to tell you what your gamers going to start to say. You suck. You have billions of dollars. You had time. This has never happened. Why can't you do this? This didn't happen with this game. And by the time that you have recovered, you are piled under a bunch of nonsense that gamers have spewed throughout these social networks. Man, Rocksteady, they got buried when Grand Theft Auto didn't work. Rockstar got buried when Grand Theft Auto didn't work. And rightfully so.
And rightfully so. It was because they delayed it. It's because they delayed the online. If they would have said, you know what? This online on this game, this is a beta. Literally, that word on its own changes everything.
Just like that.
It changed everything.
Yes. It clicks in a gamer's head. He says, beta. I expect issues. In fact, a gamer says, thank you for the opportunity for letting me participate in your beta and actually give you feedback to improve the game. You have allowed me to be part of this creative process, which is all gamers' wet dream, in the world. We want to be part of the game that we play.
Oh, this beta is amazing. This beta is amazing.
It's the best beta in the world. And then once you say beta is your answer for every other issue you run into while you develop this game.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the card didn't work.
We're still in the beta. Sorry.
Right. What you mean this song ain't coming up? Beta.
Give us a couple weeks.
You ain't no more Big Macs at McDonald's. Beta.
That Big Mac been in beta for 30 years.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Beta. I think McDonald's did that with their hot wings. They came out with the hot wings. They was a little too spicy. The price wasn't right. I think they went, hey, that was a beta.
Yep.
Went back in, came back out, dropped the price, got the spices right.
Hot wings.
Everybody was cool.
Yep. And they wasn't everywhere. I remember I was in the city. And I'm like, hot wings. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, man, come back out here in Northwest Indiana. Nope. None. Right. You ain't find it. Nah, that's not true. I saw hot wings over in East Chicago. That's in Indiana. That's why I saw the hot wings.
We got hot wings out here, bro.
Point number 2 on the topic of the week, sticking with the Titanfall. We got the resolution gate popping up again. Xbox One, for whatever reason, Respawn cannot get the resolution past 792p. That is a weird ass number. They say they could fix it through the patch, though. Here's my opinion. Just make it 720p and leave it as is.
What are they compensating for by lowering the graphics?
Frame rate. And
even with the next gen system, we're dealing with frame rate issues.
On Xbox One.
Ooh.
On Xbox One. And that's where the resolution gate kind of kick in, because you'll see something on Xbox One, it'll be 720p at 30 frames a second. You look at PlayStation 4, the same game, 1080p, 60 frames a second. That's why Xbox is saying, okay, sometime this year we're gonna make it where we taking a little bit of the processing power that the Kinect is using, and we're giving that back to the developers. Respawn said in the future, it's a high chance that they can get the game to run at that 60 frames a second at 1080p. It's going to take a little bit more time, and they're going to try and cut in a patch. I see you shaking your head.
Shaking my head with my arms folded. This is a fail. This is a major fail. You have again forced me to have a product that is taken away from my game. You've made me have this camera in my home, for whatever reason, which we're not going to touch on again. And now, all of a sudden, the best game that you went out and bought exclusively for your system does not work properly because you want me to have a camera in my home that I'm not going to do nothing but dance in front of. I do not get it. I do not get it. Respawn should not be dealing with Xbox issue.
Is it
Xbox
our fault?
Hang-up.
Is it the gamer's fault? Well, think about that question, though, right? Think about that question.
Oh, no. Let me tell you why it's not the gamer's fault. Anytime that you give me something with your system that I don't need, you force it on me, right? Because right now you're backpedaling on your prices.
Yeah.
How's that? That is a foresight fault on Microsoft's part. Sony got it right.
Yep.
Sony got it right out the door.
Well, it took them 6 or 7 years to get it right, though.
But this is what I saw, though, Jay. This is what I saw before these systems even dropped. And we're going to move on. I saw Sony talking to their customers. I saw Xbox saying, this is what y'all going to get. Deal with it.
Yep.
And that right there is the very...
Huh? The deal with it quote. The dude that sent the tweet out, deal with it.
Oh, you don't know the power of the consumer then, Microsoft. You got too much money in your pockets because social media now gives us a voice. There is no more, this is all you get, take it or leave it. No, really, you take it and you shove it up your Xbox One because we don't have to deal with that no more, especially when you have a comparable system, which in so many ways can be better and cheaper.
Yep.
And cheaper. Yep. You jump ship. Just I'm gonna put you on blast. Jump ship.
I did, and I admit it. And you know what? They goofed up. They lost me as the what do they call that? When you jump out and you get something right away as soon as it come out. What is it? What's that term for that?
Foolish. New buyer. I don't know.
I'll figure it out by the time we get off. But right. I was that. I was that guy. I'm Xbox.
You were loyal.
I was Xbox ride or die. Xbox came out, bump PlayStation 2. Xbox 360 came out. I was like, what is a PS3? You want me to pay $600 for what? Skyrim don't even run on the PS3, right? Except for now it does because Akimbo Merck been playing it. So we know they got that fixed. But
right.
I got one more gripe on Titanfall, man, and then we gonna move on. They delayed Titanfall on the Xbox 360 until April. Drum roll. I think it's like April 8th or something like that.
That's not that far. That's not that bad though.
Why? No, wait. What can a developer do in 2 more weeks? Why would a developer? I got my opinion on this. Why does a developer need 2 more weeks on a game that uses an engine that's 10 years old? This engine that they're using is from the Half-Life engine. It's the open source engine. It's like 9 to 10 years old. Why do they need another 2 weeks?
This sounds like to me, and I'm just speculating. This sounds like a server issue. They saw what happened with the Xbox One, and I think they're afraid. And I can be completely wrong. I'm talking about my Xbox One now. They gotta get that one later. I think they might be afraid of releasing the game and then having their servers crash.
Wow. So you giving them the benefit of the doubt.
In this Xbox at that. So y'all, if y'all ain't picked up on it yet, I'm not a big fan of the Windows people. So yes, that's what I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. Or it's another ploy to sell more of their Xbox Ones, and that's what I think it could be.
Thank you.
It's not dumb, but that's what they could be doing.
Thank you, because they got this guaranteed install base on the Xbox 360. You got kids out there who moms and dads, for whatever reason, right now cannot spend the $500 to get them that new system. You got you're in the 20 million mark online users. I'm just throwing a big number out there because I feel like that number would be right. That's waiting. That's waiting.
Okay.
That's waiting for Titanfall on the Xbox 360. I heard 2 things. One, that the game does not look that much worse than the Xbox One version. And 2, like you said, Microsoft is selling consoles. They selling consoles on the Xbox One because of Titanfall. Because if you don't have a PC strong enough to run the game properly, you're going to get an Xbox One.
Wow. Wow. Wow, listeners, listen. Let me get you in for a second here. Are you telling me that you have a game coming out on your next gen system and your old system, the same game, and there's not a big jump in graphics?
What was the big difference between Call of Duty on the Xbox 360 and Call of Duty on the Xbox One or PS3, PS4?
Well, my whole thing was processing power.
But what do you
memory? That's the big jump was. Graphics was,
if I turned it on, could you literally? Let's be honest. Could you literally say, yeah, that's PS4, that's PS3, and I'm talking about the Call of Duty game, not Battlefield, because you can see the difference in Battlefield. When I had Call of Duty on the PS4, it didn't stand out. It didn't make me feel like I needed this on the PS4.
Call of Duty ain't stood out in years. They've been using that same old tire.
Right, keep going. Yeah, so you talking about...
It's a bad example.
It's a good example because you're talking about them using a game engine, remember, that's 9 to 10 years old.
Grandpa engine.
Yep.
Yes. It's a grandpa engine.
Yep. Yep. So they squeezed me on this one. I'm trying to hold out. I done convinced my other brother, look, bro, you still got an Xbox. Get this Titanfall, run with me. He's so convinced on the game. He done heard so much spark on the game. He went and bought his daughter an Xbox. He done went and bought her a copy of the Titanfall. He bought her a Xbox Live Gold account for her to use so that we can all play together. We're invested in this product that has not yet come out, and they just pushed it back 2 more weeks.
Hey, listen, for you guys,
couldn't say why.
Y'all just meeting us, so let me kind of give you the dynamic of our family here. There has been a battle for their gaming souls in our family, okay? Jay here is true or true Xbox, as you can tell, and me, of course, like I told you, I got the Sony tramp stamp on my back, so I'm Sony true or true. We have another brother, older brother. His gamer tag is Trigger Rick. He's been back and forth. You know, Jay had him on the dark side for a couple years.
He go where it's hot. He goes where it's hot.
And so then it got hot on Sony, so I was able to bring him back to the light side of the force. And now with Titanfall coming out, of course, you got the Sith once again trying to draw him back over. But right now he's standing strong. You know, he's on this PlayStation 3. You know, he's playing The Walking Dead. You know, he's still playing that Last of Us. I got that Last of Us over there on that Xbox.
I played it. No? I picked the girl up and then I put the game down.
Okay. And so you're gonna hear about this a lot. There is this dynamic of where we're fighting for the gaming souls of our family.
I almost had him. I brought him back.
Yeah. That Last of Us was tough, man. That Last of Us was hard to beat, you know. So we pretty much come to the end of our show.
You got a little rant for me?
Yeah, the end of the show. This segment we called a rant. I mean, we've been ranting all day for the last 2 hours. But
this dedicated. I ain't feeling right. I got to get this off my chest.
Right,
let's run this intro real quick, and then I'm gonna let you get back into it.
Okay, I'm gonna loosen up.
All right. You go ahead.
So, originally I was gonna rant on Eve Dust. I know it's a free to play game, and I picked it up again. I started playing it about 9 months ago, but I'm gonna let them get a slide this week because I got to get at Grand Theft Auto, and I got to get at Rockstar. I love this game. My wife could tell you. I come home, I put the bag down, I put the coat up. I take the blue jeans off. I turn the system on, and 5 minutes later, I'm zipping around Los Santos in one of my brand new cars, shooting at people. It's just relaxing.
You in that mode. You go in that mode. That's that game that puts you in that mode.
Right, and it allows me to be a Kimbo Merc. You know what I'm saying? I go from being DT to Kimbo Merc. I make that mindset. The world problems are behind me. All I'm worried about now is not getting carjacked or not getting shot by another player. But my goodness, Rockstar.
What they do to you, man?
Where the heck are the heists?
Wow. Wait. When did that game come out?
This game came out in October.
What is today? Today is March 23rd.
Today is March.
November, December, January, February, March. They're going on 6 months.
Right. Now, I done forgave all
where they at too.
Look, I done forgave all the issues with how the online started. Y'all got past it. Y'all doing great things now. I even forgave all the hacking that was done because I benefited off some of it. I was a gazillionaire for a couple days. It was great. You know what I'm saying? But I think the way you guys handled the hackers was excellent. Kudos. I love the DLC you dropped. You dropped that business DLC. You dropped that St. Valentine's Day DLC. You dropped that beach DLC. You could have kept it, but you dropped it. You gave it to us free. I love you for it. But you can keep, throwing these little bells and whistles at me, but until you give me the heist, until you allow me to go out and do these big jobs with my friends, you're going to always continue to fall short. If your next DLC does not allow people to go start robbing banks and pulling off these other big missions that made the single player so hot, then you're going to start to lose gamers. And here's why. Your competition is lining up. They greased up. They got their boxing gloves on, and they're ready. and it's coming soon. You got Watch Dogs coming, and you got The Division coming.
Volition working on the new Saints Row game too.
Any gaming community that you have right now, they got one bag packed. I'm just letting y'all know. So if y'all gonna drop these heists, you need to drop them. You need to put a date out there. You need to stick to that date. You need to come out with it right away. That's my rant. It's on you.
Let me ask you this. Now I thought didn't they release it where you could create missions and races and all that stuff? Can't you create you a heist?
Let me tell you something, man. It's like going out with a girl. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Y'all been dating for a while, and she's still giving you kisses. You know what I'm saying? And you in love, you ready to take it to the next level. All that create deathmatch and them races, that was just another kiss on the cheek to gamers. Ooh. Great, you gave it to us. You know, that's cool. But are we serious? Are we in a serious relationship or not?
So
and that's the way I feel.
She not letting you walk her to the front door to hopefully.
I'm ready to meet the parents, dog. Let me meet your mama. You know what I'm saying? I love you, girl. I love you. Let me meet your mama. I'm ready. Are you embarrassed by me? You know what I'm saying? I mean, why you treat me like I'm secondhand? You know what I'm saying? We've been going out. I'm spending this money on you. You know, you spending money on me. You know, we were around our friends. We good. We holding hands out in public. You ain't taking me home to meet your parents. Why not? And that's what I feel like with Rockstar. You ain't introduced me to your parents right now, and I got questions. Why? Is it because you plan on charging me for this DLC that's coming down the line?
Nope. I know where it's at. I know where your heists are. I know where they are.
Where are they?
They're on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One edition of the game.
Oh, that's a knife to the heart. No, they're not.
Now I'm not saying. I'm not saying I don't think that they won't also add that DLC onto the last gen's version.
Wow. Where are you getting this from?
This is my gut feeling. Because it took so long. We're at the 6-month mark. And the biggest thing about this game, this biggest feature for multiplayer about this game has not had a whisper about it.
Not a whisper. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing.
So why am I waiting?
Right.
So it'll look pretty on that system over there. It's going to be over here. You may be able to break into that bank, but when you break into that bank over there, it's gonna look real good.
You breaking my heart. You have basically just told me that this game that you released is being next gen already. You know what I'm saying? And this gameplay and this graphics is now cheating on me with another system.
And now that I think about it, man, when you look at the game, if the game is just standing still, it looks pretty. Once the game is in motion, compared to Last of Us, Uncharted 3, a couple of other high-end games on the previous gen, it doesn't hold up sometimes. I don't think it holds up sometimes. That's just my opinion. Akimbo Merc, you got anything else on that rant, man?
Well, I won't compare. I'll compare it to previous Grand Theft Auto games. I think the scope of Grand Theft Auto blows away some of the games you mentioned, and I think you're going to lose some of that in graphics because there's other things that we're trying to accomplish. You've literally created a city, a living city with cars, people, everything. You're going to lose something. So I've never mind Grand Theft Auto graphics being what they were. Graphics is not an issue. The cars are beautiful. The characters are ugly. My wife will tell you my chick looks ugly. The guy looks ugly. The clothes are decent, but the things that need to be pretty are pretty.
Okay.
You know? So right. I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that. But that's it.
It's not a bad looking game. It's not for what that game does. The little things that game does it's incredible. It's amazing. Round of applause to Rockstar. I think y'all do an awesome job in creating this just elusive world with just all these things. You know, the guy walks in the water, he walks out, his pants are wet. If your car, it can peel out, it peels out dirt, sand. If it's raining, it's water. The radio station, y'all got my man, who the dude from Eastbound and Down? Eastbound and Down? You ever seen the show on HBO Eastbound and Down? You ever seen This Is the End? Pineapple Express?
Smooth? JB Smooth?
Nah. The funny dude,
I'm not
the
sure you're talking about.
the white dude with the curly hair. He like, anyhow, you got all these different radio hosts. The fact that if you in one part of Los Santos, you get in this AM radio station. When you drive to the other part of Los Santos on the same dial, you get in this radio station. I mean, that's creative, man. That is so creative. And then pause. You can't give me a heist? What's wrong with y'all?
Well, yeah. There's other things too that people have been asking for a while. Like, why can't I go inside of a building? Why aren't these buildings a little bit more live and interactive?
We'll gut the building out, right? Give it a gut feeling.
Yeah, but let me go inside it.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to put nothing in there. Gut it out. Couple doors, couple windows.
Right.
Does it take up that much more space and time to do that, or can you do a copy paste?
Well, I think it does. I think they're dealing with the issue of because when you look at the houses right now that you're able to buy, they all look the same. So I think when you start dealing with other buildings and you try to make them unique, that's going to take up more power, more graphics, and I get that. Now, next gen will have no excuse. There should be no excuse why you don't have a much liver city.
Everything.
There should be no excuse why I cannot customize my apartment. I should not have the same ugly orange couch in my house that my buddy got.
Right.
And I paid $130,000 more than he did for his place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm done. I'm off the rant. I love you, Grand Theft Auto. Don't cheat on me with the PS4 and the Xbox One. I love you. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take us into the cool down, man.
You ain't got nothing you want to rant about?
I'm rant free. I had my topic of the week, and that kind of just included a little bit of fussiness in it, but otherwise everything's kosher on my end, man.
Okay. Well, for the cool down, this is where we just kind of, it's been a long show. We take a deep breath and exhale, and we talk about some of the other things that aren't necessarily gaming, but can be tied in. Maybe some stuff that's happening on TV, in the movies, a new tech or gadget that's coming out. I haven't dug a lot into it, and I think next week I'm gonna bring you a little bit more information on it. But I know Xbox and Microsoft and Sony both have their virtual reality systems ready.
Yeah,
ready to
3D in a can.
Yeah, and and so I'm gonna dig into that a little bit because I want to bring that to y'all, and talk to Jay about it a little bit more. But that's awesome. I know it's been attempted. It's been many times in the past.
Wow.
But if they do it right, I'm ready for the holodeck, dog. Beat me up, Scotty. I'm ready.
We're gonna get into it next week. But you telling me not even the best 3D, stands up to the Oculus Rift, the Sony VR headset, which is essentially 3D in the can because it's a big 3D visor over your eyes. You telling me not into 3D, but you into the visor?
I'm into the visor because I think it's going to be on a higher level.
Okay, we'll stop right there. We just
right.
I know you got a lot on that. I want to hear. I want to give you the proper time.
Right.
Because I got y'all don't understand. This dude does not like 3D. I want to give him the full allotted time necessary to convince me of this travesty.
We'll put that on the docket for next week, man. Hey, Jay, that's all I got, man. Okay. Unless you got anything else you want to add.
I just want to say, I rented South Park. I told y'all earlier, I'm a big renter. I believe in Redbox. I believe in going to your local family video if you got one. Try a game out. Pay the $2 at Redbox. Pay the $7 for 5 days at Family Video.
Yes.
Try it out. Try it.
Yeah.
All right. I rented South Park, Dark Souls 2, and Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Real quick about South Park, funniest game I ever played in my life. Let me say it again because I don't, funniest video game I've ever played in my life. And like 95% of the time, I felt like the TV show was on and I was controlling it.
That's hot.
That's how...
When you can get immersed in the world, that's hot.
That's how the writing, some of the best writing, The visuals looks exactly like the TV show. It looks so good. It's so scary. It could almost look better than the TV show. Like, that's how good they got it. Like I said, the writing's amazing. You start off, you this kid, you move into this new town, and your parents say, get out the house. Go on, play. Get out the house. I don't want to see you. You go outside, you run into a guy named Butter, and what's going on is all of these kids are participating in a LARPing, live action role playing throughout the whole city of South Park.
Oh, that's crazy.
Your boy, you end up meeting Cartman. Cartman put you on. He got you doing these missions. He calls you douchebag, and then eventually he calls you Sir Douchebag. You run into some aliens. And you know what aliens do in South Park? They do anal probing.
Right.
The game is hilarious. It's got a little bit of action role play element to it. It is turn-based. If you're not into the turn-based, it's not going to be for you. But I still encourage you to try it just for the comedy. You open the door, and it's a dude whacking off, and he screaming, oh, my gosh, because it's gay porn. Like, you open the door.
So this is definitely rated R, right? This ain't for the kids, right?
If a game is MC-17, this has got the reason. Not the everybody's desensitized to the gun shooting and stuff because of movies and the way, Call of Duty and all this stuff. No, this is almost like, if you watch the show, you might not be used to the fact that they not bleeping out the curse words, but you can have the game bleep the curse words out.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a great perk.
Yeah. So, but I'm waiting.
You can't bleep out. Can you bleep out the probe?
Nah. But they banned it. They banned the probing scene in other countries. They banned the probing scene in other countries, and what they do is they give this big comedic banner. This scene has been banned because of blah 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 blah. So it's still funny. They still kind of make it where you missing it, but don't worry, it's funny. Amazing game. Right. Kudos to I'm blanking on their name, but anyhow, the makers of South Park, Trey and Matt, they did an amazing job directing that game and making sure that game comes out how it should be intended. They were right on top of it. I think all that time they had to make the game really, really came out, and it really shines. To me, that's a download and a keep. It might be a short game for some people, 12 to 15 hours, depending on if you go through it or if you get all the items. But definitely check it out. Next game I previewed was Dark Souls 2. Have you ever played Dark Souls? Demon Souls?
I don't mess with games with dark in the title.
Okay.
Sorry, I just don't get into that stuff.
Yeah, it's not what you think. It really isn't. It really isn't. From what I heard a couple years ago, Demon Souls was the hardest game known to man.
Okay.
The reason people think it's hard is because you die a lot. And what it is you have to figure out these enemies are the same no matter what, right? You own equal playing field with the enemies. Equal playing field. So until you figure out how to beat that guy, you attack him, you die, you come back, you attack him, you die, you figure it out.
It's old school gaming right there, man.
It's old school. So the game has an allure to it. It has a huge audience, a big draw to it, and it gets high ratings. This game, I think, got like a 9.5 from some places.
Nice.
Now the graphics is the game is real rudimentary to me. It plays very stiff. The way like some of the animations are stiff. All your attacks kind of have a timing to them. It's I don't know. I played it for an hour. I decided the game wasn't for me, but then I realized if I was the type of person where if I was stuck on the island for the rest of my life and I had and I wanted to stretch out like 60 hours of gaming. This is the game though, because it's going to challenge you, push you, it's going to punch you in your mouth, smack you in your face, call your mama up. Whoop. The game, it don't care. It don't care.
Right.
And
that's old school. That's old school.
It is. And it holds you up to it. You want to beat this guy, you got to figure it out. And what Guy's been saying is, oh man, I finally beat this boss. I feel so I'm gratified. I'm happy. I feel good.
Not everybody gets a trophy. That's over with.
Yep. we're going to run this mile now because I felt good. And some people, they might beat the boss on the first try and it's nothing. So it's a different experience for everybody to play this game. Dark Souls, real good. It's just kind of the action RPG. It's kind of like Skyrim. I think Skyrim is a lot more prettier, a lot more story to it. And from my understanding, it don't make you suffer when you try and beat that game.
Okay. Yeah, Skyrim, there was a couple of times that I died today, man. You might go into a dungeon where you're not powerful enough. They will kick your butt right back out. So I do dig that part about it.
You got to build yourself up. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to build yourself up. So that's it, man.
One more thing real quick. Dark Souls, real tight. I definitely say rent it, try it out, see if it's in your vein of games. And if not, then you know what the game, who the game is really for. Check it out, Dark Souls 2. Last but not least, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. I played it, enjoyed it. It looked really, really good on my HD TV. I appreciate it. I'm upset that if you buy the game at the store, it costs $40 because the game is only about 1 to 2 hours long. The game is meant to be replayed over and over and over because you can go in all action or you can go in super stealth. But I saw that one of the YouTube editors for Eurogamer, he beat the game in 10 minutes.
I thought the game was going to drop for $15.
It's $20 if you buy it digitally on the last gen consoles.
Wow. Okay.
But if you go to the store and you buy it, it's $40, but it's not that long. It's
a friend of mine, we touched on we touched on Metal Gear and why they were doing this, and to me, I thought when I look at it, I felt like they have a game that's coming out that's too long. Maybe that they all couldn't fit.
Aren't they all too long?
Yeah, they got word, and he said he was going to cut back on some of it, but I feel like the next game is going to be too long, and this was their way of getting around it. Hey, let's just make it 2 games. Let's make it, and again,
this is
kind of a cash grab. Kind of a cash grab here, people.
It's a big time cash grab. It's that DLC. It's that pre-DLC, and they got. Oh my gosh, this is pre-DLC, dog, and they got away with it.
Yeah,
I just realized this is pre-DLC. They got away with it. Wow.
Yeah.
$40. Yeah. I do not. This is a rent to me.
Right. Yeah.
Don't.
And for the indie gamers out there, man, Jay said he's a big renter. I'm a big used game buyer.
You're a big
wait
trader.
I'm a wait and see.
You barter for your games.
Yeah, because again, some of us are on budgets, some of us aren't. But I think that before you run out and spend $60 on a game, you need to know what you're getting. Trailers can be mocked up to look great. Then you get it and you're disappointed. I think there was a game called Alpha Spy or something like that came out. Just a horrible game.
No demo, no trial, no nothing like that?
I can't remember, but the game was so bad. So, yeah, do what Jay do, rent. And then if it's something that you feel like you want to have, then go out and buy it. But, cut yourself some slack. If it's a game that you got to have, can't afford, I'm a big fan of GameStop, Walmart, Best Buy. Buy used, be patient. There's a lot of material out there that you can be playing, waiting on some of these new games to come out. And that's my thought as somebody on the budget.
And any movies you looking forward to, man? What's coming out this weekend?
Nothing. I've not been keeping my eye out on any of the movies, man. Oh, the Muppets, but that's because I got the 2 shorties. But other than that, I haven't had my ear to the ground on any movies that, man, I got to get up and go see it. Even that Captain America, I know it's coming out sometime soon, and I go see Scarlett Johansson every day, but it's not something that has reached out and grabbed me. Even with the Thor, and I told you how much I love Thor.
Yeah,
Thor was excellent. Thor 2.
They say that Captain America,
right?
They say that might be better than Avengers.
What's the shelf life for Marvel?
How long can they continue to do this?
Yeah, how long can they continue to pimp this out, man? Because I heard they got stuff down the pipeline.
I think as long as you produce a good product, man, it don't go away.
Do we get tired of it, though?
No. Do you get tired of new cars?
No. Huh?
Do you get tired of new cars?
I had a new car in a while, but no.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. As long as they're producing quality product, I think you never get tired of, that same thing. Is it quality? It's got quality. Yeah, that's got quality to it. All right, I'm gonna go check it out. It's entertainment. It's all about movies. Man, I'm tired, bro. It's
Hey, I feel you.
It's
Woke up early.
where we at is 12 o'clock. So it is now 3:24. We done gave y'all 2 weeks worth of podcast. We're gonna try to come back to y'all next week. It's gonna be a little bit shorter. We're gonna work on some things, tweak some things, move some things around. We're gonna figure it out, but we're just gonna continue with that good sound quality and just good perspective from the normal gamers point of view. Go ahead.
And I want to suggest, like you say, we just putting the foundation down on the Power Pellet podcast, but we will be reaching out to y'all, asking you to get involved. Give us your feedback, whether it be on Twitter, Facebook, Footbook, Twacker, whatever website it is. We're gonna be out there on it. We want to hear from you. We want to interact with you. This is really about the everyday gamer. This is about you, and we want to hear from you. We want your input. We want your opinions. I want to be able to applaud you as well as just break you down. So and I want you to do the same to me because I love talking about games. It's something that we're both very passionate about.
Very.
So I want to be able to hear back from you. So look forward to that Power Pellet podcast. That's a mouthful, man.
Power Pellet podcast.
Power Pellet podcast. There's going to be website, Facebook, Twitter. Get at us if you think you even want to be a guest on the show at some point because you feel like you got to get that rant off your chest.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll drop you on Skype or however you want to connect you. And we'll give you your 15 minutes of fame. So thank you for listening.
Where can they reach you at, man?
They can reach me right now. Get at me at Muse Hunter on Twitter. Muse Hunter on Twitter. Or you get our Gmail account at powerpelletpodcast@gmail.com. Powerpelletpodcast@gmail.com.
You guys can reach me on Twitter, DaVinci Tunami. That's DaVencTunenami. I wish it was shorter. I wish it was just DaVinci.
Me too.
But some dude named Dave NCH.
Don't blast Dave. Don't blast Dave.
He don't even use his Twitter account. I check it every now and then. He ain't posted in a couple years, and he got that handle. So maybe once I get certified, I could convince Twitter to, give me that handle. We'll see. Maybe with y'all help. But hey, I want to thank y'all. Appreciate y'all downloading the first episode of the Power Pellet podcast. We still in beta. We're going to throw that word beta around till we get it right, baby. We might be beta forever. I don't know.
Right. What you mean you ain't got no extra sauce? Beta, baby. Beta.
So
2 packets. That's all you get.
All right, man. I'm transforming and rolling out. We'll catch y'all next week.